The Métis Nation of Alberta has a new president. On Tuesday, members voted in Andrea Sandmaier, the first new president of the MNA since 1996. President-elect Sandmaier is joining us now to talk about the election and where the Métis Nation of Alberta goes from here. President-elect Sandmaier, thank you so much for taking some time for us and congratulations. First off, can you tell us your reaction when you found out that you won?
Well, I was elated. I was surrounded by friends and family and supporters, and it was a long night, but it was well worth the wait. It was great, fantastic.
Now, how will your role as the Vice President of Region 2 of the MNA help with this new role as President?
Well, as Vice President in Region 2, I made it my mission to sit down and visit and get to know a lot of our citizens in Region 2 and across the entire Métis Nation of Alberta. And, I learned a lot from them, from the elders, from the citizens, and then as well sitting at the provincial council table, I did learn a lot from President Patra and other people that sat at that table. So I've learned a lot and I'm ready to go.
And you mentioned President Patra. What have you learned from her that you will take and use in this role? There's so many things that she taught me and was a mentor to all of us that sat at the table. Just her grace and her dignity and the way that she interacted with citizens to, colleagues, ministers. It all was a great learning experience. Now, First Nations in Ontario held a rally on Parliament Hill this week to protest Bill C-53, legislation that recognizes certain Métis governments, and it lays the framework for basically modern-day treaties. First Nations across the country and the Manitoba Métis Federation have all spoken out against this legislation. Where do you sit when it comes to the passing of Bill C-53?
Well, Bill C-53 is our Métis self-government legislation. It is recognition of our Métis government, recognizing our lawmaking powers regarding citizenship, elections, internal operations, and Métis child and family services. It is our legislation, and it only affects our government, our Otipemisiwak Métis government.
All right, well, we'll certainly have to leave it there, President-elect, but thank you so much again for taking on a few minutes of your time for us here today.
Thanks, Daryl.